So I just want to take a minute, let you guys know down here with LASD, and everybody here is ready to do whatever needs to be done.
What you just saw was a clip of a video that is simultaneously very interesting and troubling. Let's talk about it. That video was tweeted out by a man named Aaron Cohen. Alongside it, he said, ran a quiet infiltration operation into the UCLA encampment, and now down here with the LASD, who's staging now and preparing to make entry into the encampment to begin taking down the pro-terror, anti-Semitic encampment. Also had a good chat and a deep dive with Dr. Phil, who came down for a debrief, which I'll share soon. See, Aaron, in an operation that he had undergone, infiltrated the UCLA encampment and then went back to coordinate with the LAPD before they raided the encampment, brutalized students that were there, and arrested many of them en masse. But who is Aaron Cohen? The answer is actually incredibly important. See, Aaron Cohen is an Israeli-trained career special operations and intelligence veteran who served in the counterterrorism space for over 2 decades. He began his training and his service in so-called Israel's Arabist unit, which is the name given to Israeli elite counterterrorism units that operate undercover. Important to note here that by counterterrorism, what this means is subjugation of Palestinians, in this case through the infiltration of Palestinian spaces. In effect, Aaron is an Israeli intelligence veteran who is now assisting the LAPD as they attack students on campuses in the United States. And I just need to point out just how insidious that is, right? You have Israeli-trained veterans assisting U.S. police departments as they violently brutalize and arrest students who are starting encampments in an effort to protest an ongoing genocide being perpetrated by the very settler colony that veterans like Aaron represent and serve. In essence, Aaron is an operative, working at the behest of the interests of a foreign entity who is helping domestic U.S. police forces brutalize students that are protesting that very entity. That in and of itself is really shocking, but it's far from the first time something like this has been the reality, right? Police forces and federal agencies across the U.S. have for years exchanged tech and tactics with their Israeli counterparts in what's oftentimes called the deadly exchange. The result of that has been that the tactics and tech that are utilized against Palestinians as they are brutally subjugated by a colonial entity is being exported over to the so-called United States for police forces and other law enforcement agencies to use against its own population. Aaron is one example, but truthfully this problem is and has been much larger. And it's yet another example of why the Palestinian liberation struggle is so intrinsically tied to the liberation struggles in the so-called United States and why these movements are so seriously connected together. But yeah, just something we're thinking about next time you decide to go out and protest is that your local police department has probably benefited from so-called Israel's occupation and colonization of historic Palestine. Anyway, though, as always, free Palestine, Assalamu alaikum, and have a great day.